All right, friends, it's T, and I'm back with a new video. Guess who? Again, it's Jason Blaha, Strength and Fitness, and oh my God, he's at it again, man. The carnivore diet is the worst fitness fad I've ever seen. How could something that you've been eating for 2 million years be a fad? Makes absolutely no sense again. This unnatural lifting, gym, fitness slave, diet slave, vegan slave, cult slave, whatever. Now I think it's like physique slave, lifting slave, now physique slave has ever come up with in his entire life. The most stupidest thing. All right, let's review this video. Jesus.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about something that really needs to be said, and it's something that needs to be said repeatedly.
Oh, it does it?
And this is one of those things that I actually almost get upset that more people in the fitness world are not calling this out. Because I have been involved, in the fitness world 25 plus years.
Man, those legs look terrible down there. Look at those sores, those diseased. Look at this sarcopenia. Look at his knees, his legs. Look at just skin diseases, man. Yeah. This is sarcopenia with the tiny little arms. Your side profile will say a lot. He never moves to the side, doesn't want you to see how small his arms are. And he's suffering from kyphosis. His back, he's got a hunchback. It's kyphosis.
At the age of 47, I started working on getting into shape when I was really out of shape and young, and put a lot of focus into it.
He was really out of shape when he was young because he was a couch potato. He was only out of shape because he ate shit all day. He chewed bubble gum. He chewed bubble gum, ate potato chips, drank Coca-Colas all day, and chocolate bars. What do you expect, man? Of course you're gonna be out of shape. If you eat your natural carnivore diet, you wouldn't be out of shape. Duh. So in his mind, he thought, well, I have to get healthy and still eat chocolate bars and drink Coke and lift weights in the gym. How's that working for him so far? Didn't work out for him that well. That's his problem. He thinks that lifting is healthy, when in fact, health has nothing to do with that. Health has everything to do with what you put in your mouth.
Because I needed to make that life change. And I've dedicated a greater portion of my life to...
He needed to make that life change. Had he changed what he was eating, his life would have changed. But then he became a lifting slave. He's a slave to his fake beliefs. The problem with a lot of these people, they believe in all these things, but they're all fake beliefs. That's why you're a slave to them. I think people really don't understand why I have a slogan for slavery. If you are a slave to anything unnatural, you're an actor. You understand? Number one, you're in this unnatural environment. You're acting. So that right there, you're a slave to acting. Yeah, you're an actor. Because you're pretending, you're faking. So you're a slave to all these beliefs, whether it's a cult, religion, fitness, gym, lifting, whatever it is you're doing, these unnatural diets, you're a slave to these diets, chocolate bars, Coca-Colas, addictions, drugs, supplements, all of these things, you are a slave to them because they're unnatural. And again, especially when it comes to beliefs, like fake beliefs, all your fake beliefs. You're a slave to them. I gotta lift that weight, I gotta get stronger because I'm weak. No, young people are all strong. You get weak as you get older. When you get older, you get somewhat what you would call weaker. Why do you get weaker when you're an older person? That's something you need to figure out. So when you're young, you're not really weak, are you? But in your mind, they have convinced you. They placed a fake belief in your mind, trying to convince you that you're weak and you need to go lift a heavy weight in the gym. Okay, so you go lift a heavy weight. You think that lifting a heavy weight, somehow getting us stronger is going to make you bigger. But how could a concentric movement, which is going to make you better at lifting, make you a bigger? How's it going to make you a bigger if it's not associated with muscle damage? You need to damage muscle fibers for the body to have something to do to grow. You're going to say, but I'm getting a stimuli, though. through concentric movements. Yeah, you may be getting a stimulus, but that stimulus is to proliferate motor units and androgen receptors for that force production. You understand me? I think people are so confused they just don't understand what they're doing in a gym.
Strength and lifting and fitness in these things, learning everything that I can, helping other people with it to the best of my ability. And in all my years, I have never seen a worse and more dangerous trend than the carnivore thing. And it's not because I'm saying eating some steak is bad.
A trend worse than the carnivore thing? It's been around for 2 million years. What is he talking about?
Okay, that is absolutely not the case. What I am saying...
What does this unnatural slave know? What does he know? Nothing. He only knows what he knows in the artificial world. So to him, something natural, of course it would be bad. Of course, why would he think something natural would be good for him? He's so unnatural already at this point. Taking steroids. He wolfs down all these supplements. Look at his supplement line. Creatine, this, that, powders and stuff. Then he talks about how bad they are for you. Meanwhile, he's still taking them. He takes supplements. Does he take steroids? He takes steroids. He says supplements are bad for you. But he's taking steroids. And he's a lifting slave in the gym. And now he's a physique slave. Get it? Physique, lifting, slave, whatever you want to call him, man. He's just crazy.
Is the vegetable phobia, the idea.
Vegetable phobia. He even eats an unnatural diet. His fruits and vegetables are engineered by man. They can't be found in wild. And he's eating processed food. He eats pasta. It's processed. There's, the pasta sauces. They're full with like preservatives and additives and shit. Tofu. He eats a lot of weird-ass mother effing food, man. And what else does he have there in this stupid basket? I remember mustard. He uses mustard. It's full of chemicals. It's full of chemicals and hot dogs. Processed meat, hot dogs. Yeah, it's crazy.
That vegetables are in any way harmful to our health, problematic.
No hunter would stop in a forest and eat a vegetable unless they were starving. It's starvation diet. Carnivore diet doesn't have to prove it's healthy because it's been around for 2 million years. It's the vegans that have to prove their diet, whether it's healthy or not. And it's failing, okay? Because the vegan compilations are out. They're suffering from scurvy and lack of nutrients. Here's the thing. Tell me what's so healthy about lifting a heavy weight off a floor. All you say that exercise is healthy. Okay. How many nutrients do you get lifting a fucking weight or a fucking exercise? How many nutrients does it fucking produce? Oh, I know. Fucking absolutely zero, man. So how the fuck can exercise or lifting a weight that doesn't produce nutrients be goddamn fucking healthy for you?
In light of the sheer enormous amount of data to the contrary. Okay, and when I say that, anyone...
How many nutrients in fucking these so-called plants that he's eating? How many nutrients? You can eat them. They could be fillers. But please do not tell me that a plant is healthy for you. You understand me? If it has toxins in it and poisons, if it's poisoning you on a daily. Listen, alcohol is made from plants. It's poison. Marijuana is made from plants. It's poison. So is cocaine and every other drug out there, opium. Every drug you can imagine is made from what? Plants. Why? Because all plants are drugs and all drugs are plants. Understand me? That high you're getting is poison. You're actually poisoning yourself. Opium is poison. So is cocaine. So is marijuana and alcohol. It's poison. So it's inducing something in you. You're poisoning yourself to induce a poisonous effect on your body. Dizziness, you call it drunk, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right? So when you eat these plants, these raw, like fruits and vegetables, they've got poisons in it, man. And so you're poisoning your body. It's making you dysfunctional. It'll make you dysfunctional. That's why people become functional when they stop eating plants. Yeah. They even look dysfunctional. Shit. And they get all kinds of problems, diseased and shit and all that. Cellular damage.
He says, oh, can you link a study? Shouldn't need to. There are thousands and thousands.
He shouldn't link a study? Yeah, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of studies out there, yeah.
There are probably 100 meta-analysis, and that means a full collection of all the available studies, and they look at them and they try to find the best studies and look for trends and any reason why some of them would have different agreements and to figure out why. Like, so many meta-analysis done in so many countries all confirm over and over and over.
Over and over and over. What do they confirm, Blaha?
Higher vegetable and plant intake is correlated with reducing all-cause mortality.
It is. How's that working out for India? They're the most vegan society in the world. How is that working out for India? Oh, I know. They're the most unhealthy nation in the world because they're vegans. Yeah, man. They don't eat fucking meat. That's why their babies are coming out looking like crippled and weird shit, and the mortality rate is super high. And they just look like the ugliest race you've ever seen. Their hair is nasty, their skin, they look ugly. They look ugly. That's why you look ugly. Yeah.
High plants, in general, vegetable intake reduces obesity, cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes. Across the board, every country.
Yeah, okay, let me get this straight. So poisoning yourself with plants reduce all these things. Meanwhile, in science, they tell you it's toxic. They create all those things. It's the opposite. He hasn't produced anything to prove what he says.
Okay. And eating less of them exacerbates these at a demographic level. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean every person on Earth perfectly fits the statistics in the mold, because you're dealing with probabilities. In other words, you have genetics and other factors, and this is one of the really big factors involved, though, with determining,
He's making this shit up.
if we get these diseases or not, and at what age. And obviously, some people win the lottery, and some people get struck by lightning, so of course, bad luck and good luck do occur to some extent. Right, so it's not to say that
There's no such thing when it comes to food. Good luck and bad luck. You either break the laws of nature or you don't. And if you break the law of nature and you eat what you're not supposed to, you're going to pay the consequences.
a few people who live extremely unhealthy lifestyles didn't make it to 95. They have. But they're the exception, and people need to realize that. They're the exception.
They should be living according to science to 150, and if not, maybe later, but definitely 150. So they died young at a 90. They died young.
Not the norm. And
Here's the thing, like I said before in my videos, you stop aging at 25. So the aging process is extremely slow, but you're deteriorating faster than you're aging. You are deteriorating faster than you're aging. So when you do reach 90, you look completely deteriorated. That's why you're supposed to live till 150. Yeah.
there are plenty of people who lived very, very healthy lifestyles who occasionally do have some sort of disease strike them down young, but they're also the exception. Do we understand that? But they're not the norm.
You know, nobody on a carnivore diet way back before we started this revolution of gardening, they didn't need dentistry, doctors. There were no doctors then. There's no dentistry, doctors. There's no hospitals, no medication. There's no healthy planet. I got to go buy my, my supplements and all that. There was nothing around but animals, and that's what they ate, and that's why they were healthy. When they exhumed their bodies and they examined these people's bones, they had all their teeth. They never lost any teeth. They didn't see a dentist. One indicator of health is your teeth. If you have to see a dentist, I mean, in any time in your lifetime, you are unhealthy. You are unhealthy if you have to see a dentist. I don't care what age, but if you're consistently seeing a dentist, you're definitely unhealthy. And if they're drilling your teeth, you're really unhealthy. You're gone. And then you're losing teeth. That's even worse. They're going to be extremely now unhealthy because you can't eat, because you have no teeth. So now you have to eat soft food.
But the data on this is so prevalent and pervasive that the only counter argument that people have is science bad, or all science is corrupt, all science is a conspiracy.
No, just when it comes to food eating, it can be quite corrupt because it's a business. They rely on making money. It's competitive.
Because it would have to be. When you're at this point, in order to make vegetables bad, we have to have fabricated entire cultures.
Nobody's making vegetables bad. They're simply pointing out an observation that vegetables have oxalates and polyphenols and weird things in their lectins. They're toxic. They're poisonous to humans. Now, they're not going to kill you. Cigarettes are poisonous, aren't they? But you're smoking them. That doesn't mean you're going to die right away doing it. Well, let's see. Alcohol's poisonous, so is marijuana. You're smoking it, you're drinking it. Did you die? Not right away, but it will deteriorate you over time and shorten your lifespan, and you will die. Yeah. You may even get a disease from it. I don't know. It depends how much poison you're taking in. I can't tell you for sure, but it's definitely toxic. Anything in high doses could be toxic. Even water could be toxic to your brain at 4 liters.
That don't really exist, and then tricked all the scientists and experts all through the world that these people really exist who don't, like the Okinawans. Like the Okinawans as a people cannot exist. They have to be a complete fabrication.
None of these things matter in this unnatural world right now. Trying to make comparisons in an unnatural world, man. Try to make a comparison with the natural world now. Now we're talking natural with unnatural, this artificial induced environment.
Okay.
Think about it. Look at him doing these things in his garage. Would you be doing this in the natural world, in nature? Would he be doing any of these things? Put these man-made weights, throwing them around everywhere, up and down like a yo-yo. Would he be doing any of that? Would he be chasing physiques? Would he be chasing lifting a heavy weight and all these weird things? Would he be eating tofu and spaghetti and all these weird foods if he was in nature? Of course not. So what is he doing? What exactly is he doing here? He's living an unnatural lifestyle.
And so again, this is what you have to look at, right? And in fact, even one of the groups of people that these sort of people love to use as an example, the Inuits actually have to be fabricated also. Why? They love to use them as an example, but as a group, they had a relatively low lifespan. They also were heavier with more body fat than average for hunter-gatherer tribes, way above average. Well,
there's no proof of that. There's no proof of that. Sorry about that. I lost where I was at. All right.
Is that you have some popular names who have propped it up. If it were not for the Liver King, Sean Baker.
Hold on. I think we were here. Hold on a second. There we are.
They also were heavier with more body fat than average for hunter-gatherer tribes.
Okay, so he's talking about these Eskimos and things. He says they lived a short lifestyle. There's no proof of that. There's no proof of anything that, if anything, they're much more healthier because they're eating a natural diet and they're in their natural environment. How could you be in a natural environment, eating your natural food in natural environment, be unhealthy for you? He's trying to say that these Eskimos lived an unhealthy lifestyle. What are you talking about? This guy is totally insane.
Way above average, while eating their traditional diets. You see where
I like how he says traditional diets. They're natural diet.
Going with that. They also have a gene that makes them resistant to ketosis. So there's so much for the keto people. They're people who they like to use actually have a genetic mutation due to, again, a ketogenic type diet year round and very low vegetable, very low plant intake. It still existed, but it's just very low. Right?
Again, he's making this stuff up. There's no such thing in nature called a ketosis diet or whatever the fuck he's fucking making up there. There's no such thing, okay? Doesn't exist. These are all made up, and again, this is unnatural.
They literally developed a resistance to ketosis, which means it was probably hurting the survival rate.
They were resistant to ketosis. It hurts their survival rate. None of this thing matters in nature. These are all man-made. I understand what he's trying to say, but it doesn't exist in nature. Your body functions the way it functions on a natural diet. That's all. The people weren't stupid. They figured out what would make them healthy and what would make them sick. If they ate plants, they became sick. When they ate meat, they realized they're healthy. That's all.
So they need to be fabricated.
Experience talks.
And not real. And then every major university in every country, even countries that are enemies with each other politically, would have to be in on the conspiracy. It is at that point. And the problem is that you have some popular names who have propped it up. If it were not for the Liver King, Sean Baker, and Jordan Peterson, this would never have been popularized. So the blame can be squarely placed there, and then people really get upset when you mention the Jordan Peterson thing because they like him for other reasons, which I don't care about. I don't follow him. Then that's irrelevant. He has promoted something that's nonsense, and quite frankly, I think I'm going to be honest, I think there's some mental illness involved with that, because even medically, what he's saying, oh, helped my daughter, help me, no.
Jordan Peterson is what? It's based on experience. She ate plants, they made her sick. She ate carnivore, she's healthy. Experience, yes.
That's not going to help with these autoimmune issues the way that you're claiming you just do it. There's no data to see.
It's not going to help with her autoimmune issues? Well, it has. What are you talking about?
Just that. Just make-believe. Okay, there's some...
It's make-believe. Okay, yeah.
Strong, weird placebos going on, or he's actively part of the con with Baker. Well, then claim...
And these weights are going to make you, give you a sexy bod. That's make-believe. Oh, I know. Lifting weights are going to make you healthy. That's make-believe too, Blaha. You see, everything that you're doing is make-believe. You think eating that unnatural diet in your food basket there, your shopping basket, is going to somehow make you healthy. Not. It's going to reverse your autoimmune diseases. Not. Your skin diseases. Not. Somehow it's going to give you this sexy bod, sexy naked bod. Not. It's never going to happen, my man. Never.
Not to be a nutrition expert, so he has implausible deniability. Right? That's not a good look.
You're imagining things. You need to look in the mirror at yourself.
Or he legitimately believes it, in which case you've got to question how a person who is supposedly intelligent and well-educated could be convinced of these fringe things that go completely contradictory to everything we know in science and can measure. And then also on top of that, even your grandma had to be wrong who told you got to eat your vegetables, eat your spinach, right? All those things.
Yeah, eat all those things. Then you're going to go see the dentist. Let me tell you something. When the slave trade was around at the time, the first thing the slave masters did was they checked the slaves to see if they had their teeth. Why did they check slaves to check their teeth to see if their teeth were healthy? Why did they check to see if they were healthy? Of course. But why did they check their teeth? Why do you think they checked these slave masters checked slaves' teeth? Why would they check their teeth? Well, why didn't they check out their body or this, that, whatever? Why was the first thing they would check is their teeth? Why?
Grandma had to be wrong way back in the day. All the way back to that. Because we've known forever that vegetables do seem to help with health and fitness. It's been observed.
Vegetables help with fitness? Absolutely not. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't.
It's been not just all the science and research and epidemiology and metabolic ward studies. We've kind of known it for generations. We've known and observed it. Yeah, it's a good idea to eat your vegetables.
No, no, we haven't. No, we haven't. We didn't learn our lesson. It's a marketing ploy to sell stuff. That's all it really is. It's just to sell, make money. You poison other human beings. You sell them worthless products they don't need. You sell them worthless food they don't need to steal their money, because everybody is trying to enslave other people so they can get a better income than them. See what I mean? Like your friends in school, they would say, hey, if you didn't study, you're not going to have a future and all that. Yeah, they didn't really understand what the system is really all about. That's why they're all trying to get on top and get a job, like the highest paying job, but they're still looking for jobs. But they want to get the best job, a comfortable job, and all that kind of stuff. Why? Because they want the people at the bottom to support them, the people at the top. So they're making the bigger income, and then they're your slaves. The lower people at the bottom are your slaves. See, here's the thing. The people that are actually doing the work in the world, the physical work, they get the less pay. But the people that do the less work in the world, they get the most pay. You understand how it works? They have configured this society in such a way that people that actually work get very little pay, but they're doing the most work. You understand me? Because they're the slaves. And then if you're intelligent enough, you get to stay a little bit on top, and then they support you. You get the bigger income, and you get to live the nice la 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 lifestyle. While the little slaves, they support you in the system. Do you understand me? That's how it works. It's a hierarchy. It's still based on the same archy that they used during when the king roamed here in North America. They had the serfs, and then these middle class people, and then you had the barons, and then the kings, and whatever. So you had a system. You had a system of people. That's how it worked.
You tend to be healthier. Even your grandma and great-grandma knew that. They realized it from their own observations. And I'm not saying that's always the most reliable method.
Who is Blaha? He's a serf. He's a slave. Yes, he's a slave. That's what he was all his life. He still is a slave. He doesn't realize it.
It's not. But even they have to be wrong on top of it too. So everyone through history and science observation, all this stuff have to be wrong. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but we would have seen the data already, right? If they were wrong.
Is it wrong? They're not saying you can put anything in your mouth, but again, is it healthy for you? You can eat bark off a tree, but is it healthy? No.
We would see it appear in the statistics. We wouldn't see all these great health outcomes from more plants and vegetables.
There are absolutely zero health outcomes from eating vegetables. I'm telling you right now. These fruits and vegetables and these processed foods, what Blaha eats, zero. Because you can't absorb the nutrients that are in plants. That's why the vegan compilations, their hair's falling out, their nails and pee-pee's not working, and everything else. And they have low energy. You understand me? Because it's anti-nutrient. And your body is running out of its own nutrients. It can't keep it alive much longer.
We do. We would see worse health outcomes. The people who ate a lot of broccoli and spinach and so on would have to have higher cancer and heart attack rates.
No, absolutely not. The difference between those people eating those broccolis and everything, they're still eating meat. That's the difference. They are eating plants, but they're eating meat, and the meat is sustaining them. Yes. Now, if they were just to eat that broccoli, guess what would happen? They would die. Yes. Decrepitly.
And that's just not the case. All right, guys, but that's really all I have.
That just is the case, Blaha, because they're eating meat. See, Blaha never says to you, he doesn't say that they've cut out meat. They're still eating meat. That's what's sustaining them. Now, if Blaha was to say they're just on a plant diet, guess what would happen? Guess what would be the health outcome? A zero, like the vegan compilation I played for you in my community section. I didn't think I would be making this video. Oh my God, my hair is falling out. Oh my God, my hair is falling out. My pee-pee is not working. My fingernails are falling out. My skin, this, that, hormones are off kilter. I have no energy. I'm deteriorating. I'm becoming anorexic or whatever. It's the same story over and over and over again. It's the same old story, okay? It's nothing new, man. I'll see you in the next one. And the ones that are pretend vegans, pretending that they're being sustained, it's because they're eating dairy products. The animal products are still sustaining them. I'll see you in the next one, man. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe, comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. This guy is an unnatural human. Ciao, friends.